You. What up? All right. We got another one from Joe List. Joe List. And this is his brand new special, Small Ball. Small Ball. Okay. Yeah, this will be the second special we've checked out from Joe List. The first one was this year's material, which was, it's pretty dope. It's very funny. Very funny from Joe List. Okay. Small Ball. Brand new special. Joe List. Small Ball. I wonder about sports. Are we talking about sports or are we talking about I don't know. Probably a lot of things. Let's check it out. Here we go. Zany's, Chicago. 9:30 or 9:03 p.m. Chicago, October 28th. Oh, two different shows combined into one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe List.
So this is the 27th. Wow. That's the 28th of October.
Thank you very much. Wow, that is very touching. All right, thank you. YouTube is never going to believe this. They're going to be like, nah, fake, bullshit. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot. Are you guys dumb? Where are my dumb people? Who's dumb? Come on. Yeah. All right. Nobody admitted to being dumb. All right, nice. You look very smart. You're lying. I love that you pat it. He's like, she is a little dumb. I'm dumb. This is how dumb I am. The other day, I live in New York. I have a telephone, and I was looking at it, and a bird shit on my phone, like a big, ploppy bird shit. That doesn't make me dumb. But what does make me dumb is I was like, oh, that sucks, but that's kind of funny. And then I tried to screenshot the bird shit. I took a screenshot. I thought there was going to be a photo of bird shit on my phone, and I was like, wait. And it took me a full, 4 seconds, I would say, to be like, wait, what? That's not. It's embarrassing. It sucks when a bird shits on your phone, by the way, because then you have to, I don't carry a handkerchief, and, there's no, you don't want to wipe it on your clothes. So I just had to walk around, like with bird shit on my foot, like I was serving bird shit, just kind of. I got all the way home. My wife's like, why are you holding your phone like that? And I was like, a bird shit on it? And she's like, why didn't you get a napkin or something? I'm like, I tried to screenshot it, all right? I'm not smart. I'm a moron. I think technology is making us dumber, because, we react... you ever try to, zoom in on something that's not a phone? You have, right? You look at, a menu, and you're like, why isn't this... I did it to my wife's vagina recently. No, it's true. I wanted to see where the pee hole is. I don't know where women urinate from. So I was kind of like, I want to finally see that thing. There's 2 holes down there. Did you guys know that? I don't even think women know that. Yeah, there's the sex hole and the pee hole. There's the asshole also. I don't want to leave that out. Anyways, I'm dumb and I want to be smart. I look smart. I got a cool jacket and glasses, but I'm a big idiot. I try to watch film and have but I never get it the way I'm supposed to. You ever watch a movie with a friend, and then after the movie's over, your friend is like, you know what that movie was about? And then you're like, yeah, sharks. And your friend is like, no, communism. And you're like, fuck, seriously? There was so many sharks in it, though. And then your friend goes, it was an allegory. And then you gotta go to the bathroom and look up what allegory means. Have you guys ever had this experience? You're like, what the fuck? You gotta come back and play it off. You're like, it was a film with a secret hidden message, usually political or moral. Those were communist sharks, now that I think a little more. Fidel Sharkstro, right? Huh? And they're like, what? No. And I'm like, all right. I like to watch a movie with a really smart person and then rewatch the same movie with a dumb person, and then I take the smart person's interpretations, so at least one person thinks I'm smart. I watch the same film. I'm like, what do you think, this movie's about sharks? He's like, it's not? And I'm like, no, you idiot, it's an alimony. Why don't you learn how to watch a film? This is cinema. Those sharks are communists, obviously. And then he's like, what is communism exactly? And I'm like, I'm not taking follow-up questions right now. Let me take a shit, and then I'll tell you, I'll know a little bit more about communism after I get this out. I'll have a few words. I think it's a religion of some sort, but I'm stupid. I thought Picasso was Italian. Did you guys think that? The painter? Right?
Picasso?
It sounds Italian, doesn't it? I don't know who said yeah, but right? Picasso. Fucking A. Picasso. I hear I think Italian. SpaghettiOs. Picasso. I thought he was like, hey, I'm painting cubes. What do you want from me, you know? I got both eyes on the same side of the head, so blow me, you know what I mean? Like, I thought he was like, fucking Picasso. I thought all painters were Italian, first of all. I thought there's like Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Joe Pesci's mother in Goodfellas. But he's Spanish. Did you guys know that? Some of you probably knew that. Yeah, he's Spanish. He's from Spain. I found out because I went to an art museum right here in the great city of Chicago, the Art Institute, classic. They have Picasso paintings. And I was like, oh, those are good. Like, I don't know a lot about art, but I know he's good, Picasso. He's top 10, in my opinion. And they had a big painting, and underneath there's a plaque, and it says Picasso, Spain. And I was so confident, I didn't even think I was wrong. I was like, that is a big fuck up right there. I was like, honey, they got a typo over here. That's hilarious. I reported it. I went to the front desk. I was like, just a heads up. I don't want to get you guys in trouble, but you have the wrong country for Picasso. He's Italian. I think everybody knows that. The lady said, Pablo? And I was like, you know what? That does sound Spanish. Now that I hear it out loud.
Pablo Picasso.
His name is Pablo Picasso. He's from Spain. I was way off. And Spanish has a lot of O's also, I realize. They have Pablo and queso, taco, all the foods, really, burrito. I knew nothing about Picasso. I was kind of embarrassed because I feel like I know about the arts a little bit. I looked him up. I read his Wikipedia page. And did you know this? He died in 1973. Did you guys know that? I thought he died in 1380. I almost shit. 1973. Picasso had a car. Is that unbelievable to you guys? Pablo Picasso was driving around Spain in like a Honda Civic, listening to Led Zeppelin on the radio. Ozzy Osbourne and Pablo Picasso were working at the same time.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
You saw 6 Super Bowls. That's great. I thought he lived next to a blacksmith. The guy's like at home watching the Green Bay Packers play the Kansas City Chiefs on a colored television set, drinking Mountain Dew.
Oh, shit. Oh,
I feel like people don't laugh at that because I feel like when I say Mountain Dew, people are like, wait, no, Mountain Dew came out in like 78, 79, right? Is that what you're thinking? Because that's what I thought. I said it one night on stage and I was like, I got to fact check myself. And I looked up Mountain Dew and you're going to shit. What year do you think Mountain Dew came out? Take a guess. 44. You ruined my joke. 1940. You were so close. I really needed you to say 1985 or something, you asshole, but I don't mean it. You look upset. You're not an asshole. I'm just trying to be funny. That was a perfect guess. You nailed it. I just wasn't expecting you to get it so good. We'll retake it. When I say, just say 1982. Ready? We're going to take this from the top. What year do you think Mountain Dew came out? I said 82. What the hell? You blew it. What the? Stop improvising. All right, take 3. What year do you think Mountain Dew came out? 82. 82. You're way off. That's the year I came out. 82. Of my mother, not the closet. But that's 2026. Anyways, leave this all in. This is gold, folks. Anyways, 1944 is a great guess. 1940, Mountain Dew came out. Is that crazy? Is that shocking to you guys? Not to you, but to you guys, is that shocking? 1940, Hitler was jacked up on Mountain Dew. Is that crazy? He was like in a bunker, like, do the do, you know? That's not a great impression. I'm not an impressionist, but anyways, yeah, 1940,
Damn.
Mountain Dew. Anyways, Picasso. Horrible guy, Picasso. Hitler also. I don't want to skip over that. Hitler is worse, but yeah, Picasso, bad guy. Horrible misogynist. Did you guys know that? Terrible. Hated women. I read that and I was like, okay, he's a little Italian. He's got some Italian in him. I was close. He was born in 1881, died in 1973.
Damn.
Long life. Tough lifespan if you hate women. You know what I mean? Like, so much progress for women during his life. He must have been furious, the poor guy. His whole life, he's like, oh, they're voting? You know what I mean? Like, when he was 20, he's like, I hate women. Everyone's like, we all do, Bob. Relax. They're not going anywhere. Died in 73. That's the year Roe v. Wade got passed. I feel like he was like, that's enough of this shit. I'm out of here. I can't. No. Women got the right to vote in 1933 in Spain. I did a lot of research for this joke. I hope you guys appreciate it. This is a real laugh and learn we got here. Women had it hard. Did you know that, ladies? Did you know you had it hard? You little girlies had a hard time out there? Thanks for laughing. I'm mansplaining women's suffrage. I thought that would be funny, and you guys... No, women couldn't vote. Women couldn't work. I didn't know that. Women had to fight for the right to work. That's confusing misogyny. That doesn't even make sense to me. Like, the men were like, no jobs, you bitches. Isn't that weird? Like, if you hated a girl, wouldn't you want them to work? Like, jobs suck. But the men were like, hey, we roof the houses. The women, part of you must have been like, all right, yeah, get up there. I don't want to go up there. There's bees. It's also weird because, like if your wife, like my wife works, it's great. It's more money. Like, if you have a partner with a job, it's like double. Well, it's not double, but it's like some more money. You know? It's like a tiny bit more that you put on your pile, you know? Pretty nice. No, I'm glad she worked. I wish she had 2 jobs. I'm progressive. I think women should have multiple jobs. I feel like I'm slowly losing some of you guys. I'm kidding, of course. I love women, and I have a wife. She's a woman. I'm serious. I have a friend who's a woman. I'm friends with women. That's how progressive I am. I have a female friend. Thank you very much. It's not easy, I'll tell you that. But I have a friend. She's a woman. She's very attractive. She's single. We went to a party together, and she goes, there was a guy at this party. I really want to have sex with him. I need you to be my wingman. And I was like, okay. Like, a wingman for a woman? I don't even know what that means. Like, I'll just tell the guy you want to fuck him. I don't understand. Do women think they need wingmen? Ladies, if you want to have sex with a guy, just let him know. He will do it. Even if he's married with children, he'll be like, yeah, shit, yeah. Okay, yes. I'll text her in the morning. I'll figure something out. Thank you. Hard yes. I had never been so touched. So I went up to the guy. I was like, all right, I'll wingman it. I went over and I was like, hey, would you want to have sex with her? And he was like, definitely. And I was like, okay, yeah, done deal. Just go do it. Yeah, she's in. And they had sex. She was pumped. The next day, she was like, oh my God, what did you say to him? I was like, don't worry about it. I know how to talk to these guys. I got my own secret recipe. I know how to talk to the boys. If any of you ladies want to have sex with a guy in here, let me know. I will broker the deal. I know how to, I can get it done. I was never a great wingman for men, though, because I don't know women as well as I know men. One time I was with my buddy at a bar, and this is like years ago, and he was like, I need you to be my, he was talking to a woman, he's like, you gotta be my wingman. And I was like, all right, dude. And then he went to the bathroom, and I was like, I said to the woman, I was like, hey, he's got a huge dick. She was like, what? And I was like, just a massive cock on that guy. You're gonna love it. And she was like, oh. She got mad, she left. He came back, and I was like, I'm not a great wingman, I'm sorry. I thought women were in that. I was never great at getting laid. One time I was on a date in my 20s, and this is like years ago. I was drinking, and We were like talking, and then I farted in the middle of the day. I didn't know that was like a big deal. Like I was like, you know, and she went, try harder, Joe. And I was like, if I try harder, I'm gonna shit my pants. I mean, you can't force these things.
Ah, shit.
Anyways, I have a wife now, and it's very exciting. We have sex, and that's cool. And we have a child. Did you know that? I have a baby. Yeah, I have yeah. Today's his birthday. He's 1 year old today. I know. Thank you. Yeah. I should be with him, but you guys bought tickets, so I was like, all right, have a good birthday, pal. And I flew out here, and no, he's here. I'm joking. He's not here. He's in an undisclosed location. But my wife gave birth. She's my hero. It was unbelievable. I really, fell deeper in love. She was in labor for 22 hours. I know, it sounds horrible. It's not that bad, I have to tell you guys. It's, I don't mean that rude. Like, labor is, like, kind of bullshit. I know that's kind of a, like, okay, nobody's laughing. All right, let me slow it down here. It's not bullshit. It's just not as, you look furious. I'm sorry, I've upset both of you guys. It's just not as, it's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. I want to say that and express that. I wouldn't want to give birth. It's not as hard as I thought. Like, I thought labor, my whole life, when someone said they were in labor for 30, I thought every minute was like, ah! Like shitting blood and crying and like ribs breaking. My wife was asleep for 14 of the 22 hours. Like, they shoot you up with like heroin and fentanyl. The whole time she was like, and I had to sleep in a chair, upright. No drugs. She had a bed, it was adjustable, multiple pillows. I was in labor. She was in REM sleep. I was like, this is crazy. My back still hurts. And they hate men in there. I don't want to sound like a victim. They hate men in there. They would walk in, I'm like, I think she wanted water. And they're like, shut up, shut the fuck up. Piece of shit. It's her night. What do you want, some water? And I was like, that's what I said. I don't. It was hard. The last hour seemed pretty uncomfortable for her. And for me, both of us who had a hard time the last hour. She ended up having a C-section. The easy way out, I call it. But I'm sorry. I'm slowly upsetting everybody. I feel bad. Have you guys had a C-section? Been to one? It is wild. It is quite a show. Yeah, did you have one? Nice. Sir, were you there? Yeah, you're the real hero. That's what I say. Us boys. Seeing them through the night, If you've never been to a C, get yourself a ticket to a C-section. It is something else. It's like a magic trick. Because you don't have a baby, and then they hold up a curtain, and they're like, what? And then you're like, oh, shit. Woo! I'm like, how the hell did you do that? And then they're like, we can't reveal. And you're like, can I guess? Was it the bloody knife? I feel like that's how you did it. I can see the... Good for you for being there. I was right in there. Because you can't see anything. It's like a big curtain, and it's just her head and shoulders sticking out. And I was right there. I was like, I love you. I was crying. She was crying. We were both crying. It was very beautiful. We said, I love you. And I don't want to get too into it. It was private. It wasn't that private. There was an anesthesiologist right over us. He was like right here, like, you guys are doing great. And I was like, can you turn around or some shit? I'm trying to have a moment. He was hot, too, which I didn't appreciate. That I didn't care for. He had, like, perfect teeth and a nice jawline. I'm like, can we get an ugly piece of shit back here? Come on. I don't want to be the second most attractive guy talking to my wife during this. I kept catching her looking at him. She was like, I love you, and you're fantastic. I just really, how much do you make? And I was like, honey, come on, over here. Also, you don't want your baby to come out and see him first. That's what I was worried about. And the baby was gonna be like, Dad! I'm like, no, it's me, over here. Sorry about everything. It's just... My son's like, shit. Okay, no, it was special. I have a voice recorder on my phone. I recorded his first sounds on Earth. I was like, I want to have this forever, and it's so sweet. He's like, It's so sweet. About 30 seconds in, you hear a man's voice go, that's a huge placenta. I swear to God, I have no idea who said it. All the doctors were women. I feel like it was like a janitor walked through and was like, God damn, look at that placenta. And then you hear a woman go, what? And he goes, huge placenta. He doubles down on the placenta. Big old placenta on this broad. And I don't even know what placenta is, but it's good. It's healthy. You can eat it. Did you know that? Yeah. Maybe not in Illinois, but like California, New York, places like that. They make it into a pill. You can take it. It's supposed to be very healthy. I didn't do it. I couldn't wait. I got on my hands and knees, ate it right off the floor. I was like, give me a... I'm healthy as a horse. And then when you have a C-section, like they have to put your wife back together. It's like a major surgery. So they put the baby in a crib and they're like, Dad, you go be with the baby. We're going to take care of Mom. And then I was like a single dad for like 45 minutes. It was just the two of us. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I sang him happy birthday. I thought that was sweet. I was like, happy birthday to you. He kept crying, though. It was hard. I felt bad. He was sobbing. I was like, you probably want your mother. This is a big moment. She should be here. She's kind of a deadbeat, honestly. I don't know what. She's over there behind the curtain. Probably making out with the anesthesiologist, if I had to guess. Then we were leaving. The doctor said, she goes, that was a major surgery. She goes, no intercourse for 6 weeks. You need time to recover. And then she was like, do you have any questions? And I was like, I have a quick one. No, just real quick. Like, I didn't have surgery. So what's going on there? Can I have sex? You know? Folks. You see? Why can't I have sex is the joke. I didn't really say this. I just thought that would be funny. I feel like you guys are like, he means it. He's the kind of guy that will fuck women days after his child was born. Not funny. No, I didn't really. We took the baby home, and I never thought about this until I had a baby. It's exciting. You bring the baby home, and then I was like, I want to take him for a walk. You got to get him out and expose him and all that. And then I put him in a stroller. Did you ever think about this? I never thought about it until I had a baby. We went for a walk. We live in New York City, and you come up to a red light, and you got to cross the street. And then when you cross the street, the baby is the first one in the street. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like I'm at a red light, like, all right, here we go, little buddy, get out there. Like, just a born leader, this fella. Like when you have a 5-year-old, you're not like crossing the street like, you go and I'll be 1.5 feet behind you. And I'll just, but then with a baby, you're like, I don't know, look both ways, I guess. His neck didn't even work at the time. I had to turn his head for him. And... So far, so good. He's fine. He's thriving. Anyways, then we went to the pediatrician, and sometimes I try to make jokes. I'm a joke maker. I'm a funny guy, I think, right? You know? No? Fine. All right. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Went to the pediatrician, and I guess you're not supposed to make jokes there. I thought this was really funny to me. We went there, and the doctor said, what are you putting on his bum to prevent diaper rash? And then I went, just something we made at home, which I thought was, that's funny. She went, what? And I just doubled down. I was like, it's ketchup and mustard mixed together. It's kinda... And then she just looked upset. So I just tried again. I was like the packets, like from Burger King, McDonald's, we keep in the fridge. We'll use Chick-fil-A sauce if he's good. Not on Sunday. And then just a bomb. Just really bombed all the way through. And I was like, you know what? You take the questions. I'll just sit them out. Anyways, so I think I'm a good dad. I feel like, doesn't I, right? Of course. Yeah, there you go. Why would I not be? I feel like the universe was really testing me leading up to having a baby last year. I kept having run-ins with other people's kids, which is always weird. You don't know how to handle it. I was in a hotel last year, and I went to a beautiful hotel, like a high-rise hotel with like a big, beautiful elevator. And I got in the elevator, and it was me and like a dad and his son in the elevator. He was like, like this, whatever age, this height. You never know kids' heights, because we never say kids' heights, really. You're not, like, adults, you're like, he's 5'10", 6'2". You're never like, this is my nephew, he's 2'6", This is my son, he's 1'4", and he's on the wall for some reason. Anyways, I got on the elevator with the father and son, and we were just riding, and then the elevator was going down. We stopped at a floor, and the doors opened, and none of us got off the elevator, and then nobody got on the elevator either. And then the doors closed, and we kept going. And so I said, hey, it must have been a ghost. Little classic elevator humor, right? And that's not my joke, by the way. I don't want to take credit. That's an old elevator gag. You guys are welcome to use that anytime. Doors open and close. No one gets off or on. You say, must have been a ghost. It's not getting a huge laugh here. A little laugh. It did not get any laugh whatsoever on the elevator. It bombed. In fact, the kid started crying immediately. I swear to God, I was like, oh, it must have been a ghost. The kid was like, what? Ah! And he started crying like tears, and I felt bad for the kid. But then the dad went, hey, come on, man. And I got annoyed with him. I was like, hey, dude, your son is a little bitch. That's not on me. That's not my fault. You're raising a pussy, not me. It's a joke. It's a goddamn dad joke. I'm like, what if I pulled my thumbs off? Is he gonna faint? Like, woo, Papa. His dang thumbs came off. Oh. I tried to make him feel better. I was like, ghosts don't need the doors to open, little buddy. They come through the walls. They're boundless spirits that haunt you at night. Come on. I could have ruined his life, by the way. I could have been like, falling down and like, he would have spent his life in an asylum thinking a ghost choked a man on an elevator. As we were leaving, I was like, heads up, he's following you. He's gonna get you. When you fall asleep, stay up so he doesn't get you. You gotta stay awake. Piss the bed. That's the only thing that keeps ghosts away. You gotta urinate in the bed and your father's bed. Piss on both beds. Protect your family at all costs.
Joe List. I mean, how old was that boy? How old was the little boy? You thought a ghost actually got on the elevator? He doesn't understand jokes. And the dad didn't understand jokes either. The dad was like, I mean, come on, calm your son down. Oh, shit. Everything scared that little boy, if that scared him. Jesus. Man. Yeah. Joe List, okay. Okay. Yeah, so he had got married and had a son, had a little baby. He shared that experience of the birth. Ah, shit. Man. Yeah, maybe it's a good thing he didn't get to see the C-section. You know, I don't know if anybody would want to see that. Or maybe, did they always have the curtain up? I feel like I've heard stories of like when the dad actually saw everything. When dad actually saw everything happen, you know. Or maybe that's just like a regular birth. I don't know. I don't know. But I have heard about, like Joe was saying, like people eating the placenta. Oh my God. But I haven't heard about the pill. They got a placenta pill. Oh my God. I guess that's better than actually eating eating it right out of eating a fresh one. My goodness. Yeah. Then Pablo Picasso died in 1973. I'm like Joe. I thought he was born like in the 1500s or something. Like, you know, like Spanish. I knew, you know, it makes sense that he's Spanish. His first name is Pablo, you know, Pablo Picasso. Joe thought he was Italian. But that he was born in 1890 something and died in 1973. Yeah, he know. Oh man, he's a regular. He lived in this era. He's watching TV, sitcoms. He's eating TV dinners. Cable, watching the news, convenience stores, gas stations, football, sports, American sports. He knows about all that stuff. Pablo Picasso, my goodness. Man. I don't know why I thought that he was Hey, I'm just thinking he's like one of the, one of the artists, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Man, that's shocking. uh, but yeah, Joe List, small ball. First part of small ball. I see that he looks like he's at two venues or two places in Chicago. I guess that was the 27th, and I guess the next part is going to be the 28th. Okay. Okay.